Pierre saves a W116. Most of you saw our video about the Green Ghost, which is extremely sad, and thinking about what happened to that car still upsets me because I know so many people now really wanted to buy the car. I got at least 5 comments on the comment section of my page from people who had actually tried to buy it and had contacted Kent. So I thought that the only thing that we could really do to make up for this travesty was to maybe not build another W116 because we can't do that today, but we found a car that needed saving, and so we saved it. I'm pleased to tell you that we're partnering with one of my subscribers in Nashville to get this car onto its next life and give it a good home. While it's not a 300 SD, it's a pretty neat 116. It's a 77 280 SE Colorado beige with a Cognac leather interior. The car has 106,000 miles, and it didn't come from anywhere glamorous. It came from a charity auction right here in Titusville. So I went to go see the car. I bought the car. I put a gas tank in it with George actually put a gas tank in it and a fuel pump. And then George and I worked through the car to dial in its injection system, replace one bad ignition resistor, do a few other little things like change the oil, and it is now a running, driving 280 SE. Now, to underscore how good the W116 is, this car had been sitting for at least 12 years before we bought it, fixed it, and put it back on the road. And we really haven't done that much to it to get it driving. So 12 years, people, 12 years. Ironically, this car came from Seattle because it was serviced by Rasmussen Mercedes Benz, which is the oldest Mercedes dealership in Seattle. And some of the work included putting on a fuel distributor, putting on an airflow meter because it has an aluminum fuel distributor. So this car at one point was loved, but then it fell into neglect like most 116s did, and was no longer used for any sort of purpose at all. Anyway, as we get this car back into great condition over the next 6 months, 1 year, we hope that all of you will sort of applaud us and encourage us along when we reach difficult situations with this car. But one thing is for sure, the whole event with the Green Ghost inspired me and my friend in Nashville to get this 280 SE back on the road and give it a second chance. Anyway, a lot of you who don't have, a vision for a project like this might sort of wonder why we're doing this sort of thing. What does another old car matter? Some of you had said that there are droves of classic Mercedes in the road. Why should we worry about one? And the real truth is that if you don't work to save the cars that exist, you're not going to have any left in 5 or 10 years. And we're already seeing that situation with cars like the 77 to 78 230. They sold a bunch of them, but there are hardly any now. How about the 115 series? It's very hard to find a good 115, and of course the 116 series. We're going to do another video on that topic too, called Why Are Classic Mercedes Worth Saving? But every single one of these cars is special. They're never going to make another one. The car exists. You're not going to go out and buy a car from a Mercedes dealership today that is anywhere near the quality of these older cars. In fact, I just got off the phone with my friend before this who lives up in Maine. He has an E350, 6 years old. It failed state inspection due to rusty rear brake lines. 17 hours later, he had new metal rear brake lines in the car. I have worked in a bunch of 116s, some of which have lived up north, and their rear brake lines were still usually good after living through 25 or 30 northern winters. So they may not look pretty, but still. all of you should be aware of just how good these cars are and why they're worth saving. So take good care of the Mercedes you have. If you're still upset with me about the video about Kent, just understand that I wasn't trying to attack Kent personally. I was trying to attack his decision to basically take apart this rare car, and I felt that the car should have been saved, and I don't regret doing it at all, because every single Mercedes deserves a second chance. So for all of you who are trying to save a Mercedes Classic and putting your own blood, sweat, and hard work into it, I applaud you. Enjoy driving your Classic Mercedes. Let us know what you think of the 280 SE in the comments below. Please like, share, subscribe, tap the bell for notifications. And if you haven't thought about supporting us in Patreon yet, just think about it. You know, I would love to have the ability to do more Pierre Hedary's classics, and especially because I know they bring so many people so much happiness. Sayonara, and enjoy driving your Classic Mercedes.